Jane.
Hi, Mike.
How
Nice
you?
to meet you.
Oh, I met you the other day.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, um, just the volume.
Okay, so did you get the PDF I sent you?
Yes, I opened it just now.
Okay, perfect. So today we're going to be talking about networking. This lesson's a little hard. So in order to talk about networking, we need to realize what it is. Do you know what networking is?
Uh, Networking event. I don't know what does it mean.
Okay, so you're an English teacher, right?
Yes.
How did you get your job?
How do I get my job?
How did you get your
Uh,
job? Yeah.
how do I get my job?
How did you get your job? Yeah.
Um, I passed the entrance examination and mm, do a interview. Then I get my job.
Oh, okay. So, how did you know your job was hiring?
My job is what?
How did you know your job was hiring? Hiring means your
Hi,
job was looking for employees.
looking for what?
That means that hiring means that your job was looking for employees.
Looking for hiring. Hiring.
Yeah, so your job was looking for workers, right?
Mm, my job working for what?
So, when you applied to your job, how did you know they were looking for workers?
Um, workers. What do you mean?
People that work for the company.
Oh, co-workers. Oh, my co-workers.
Let How did you know that your job was looking for other people to to work with them?
Oh, you know, how do I work with my co-workers?
No. So, your job was looking for people, right?
My job is looking for
When you applied.
when I apply my job for I can't understand you.
Yeah, when when you applied for your job, how did you know that they
Mm,
needed you?
my need for the salary.
How did you know that your boss needed an extra teacher?
Mm, how do I know? The boss need a nice teacher. You mean?
Yeah, how did you know your position was available?
Oh, because mm, oh, I can help my teachers to improve their teaching skills and change their uh, teaching concept. I think this is the value of my job.
Okay. Networking is when um networking is when you need uh to look for a job and you don't know where to look. So networking is like when you go to an event with all these jobs in these tents, and then you talk to each job, and you're like, "Hi, my name is Matt, and I am looking for a teaching job." And then so the people at the job fair is gonna be like a principal at a school. There'll be like a CEO, like a head, like a boss at a big company, and they'll talk to you. They'll be like, "Hey, we're looking for a teacher right now. Do you understand?"
Oh, you mean why do I choose my job?
N- no, forget it. I'm explaining what networking is right now. So, like, when you go to a networking event, you're meeting other people from jobs. Do you understand?
Uh, can you explain again?
Okay, so Jane, picture that I
Mm,
need picture that I'm looking for a teaching job.
uh,
I go to this event because I want to meet my boss.
oh,
So my boss is at the tent and he says, "Oh, hi. We're looking for teachers. Would you like to apply to us?" And I would be like, "Yes, of course."
oh,
So typically at universities where people are unemployed, when people don't have jobs, they usually have these
mm,
networking events so you could get a job.
mm,
Networking is
mm,
networking is talking to other people to get a job.
oh,
Do you understand?
mm, I understand uh,
So
some
so Jane, look at the cover. You see all those people?
cover.
Yeah, look at the very first page. There's a picture.
Mm,
Do you see the picture?
networking.
Yeah.
The cover.
Yeah, you see the people?
Yes,
So they're talking to each other, and
yes.
they're dressed up nice. They're trying to talk to other people to see if they know connections for them to get another job, for them to get a better job.
Mm, they are looking for a job, and
Yeah,
they talk each other.
yeah. So now for the warm up, how would you start a conversation with one of these people to get a job?
I will say, hello. What can you do? Maybe.
That's a
Um,
That's a little too upfront, I think, but you might be like, "Hi, nice to meet you. My name is Jane. My name is Matt.
yes.
Uh, I
Uh,
I currently work at a supermarket or something. How was the event?" And then you could ask them on the third page. You could ask them what they do. You could be like, "Hey, what do you do as a living?" They might be like, "Oh, I'm a principal at this middle school."
mm,
You might ask them, "Oh, how do you like working at the middle school?" And they'll be like, "Oh, I
mm.
hate it. Oh, I love it."
Oh,
So you go over there and you meet this principal at a middle school and you're interested in getting a job. So you say, "What is a typical day like at your job for the principal?" The principal might be like, "Well, I meet with students and parents every day. Um, I have appointments. I have to schedule people. I have to form classes." Right?
Yes.
And then when you're talking to these people on page 4, you could even talk about the event. So
Oh.
maybe, maybe Apple, the iPhone company, came to your event to speak about something inspirational. So when you talk to these other people at the networking event, you might say, "What did you think about Apple's speech?"
Hmm.
So why don't you answer that theoretically, like if Apple were to talk at your job fair, at your job event?
Hmm. Understand. But open-ended questions. Hmm.
So just make it up. Like what?
You mean I will ask uh some questions to the people who apply for job?
No, just answer me about this. So say you're at this fair and you saw Apple give a speech. What did you think of the speech?
Speech. Speech. You
Um,
mean the language,
like what did you think of their presentation
the presentation? Mm,
at the fair?
I will. Oh, mm, I'm not familiar with mm, the topic.
I know this is a tough topic. Um, okay. When you go to this event, people are going to ask you about the event, right?
Event? What event?
The job fair we were talking about. This like this like networking event where you could find a boss and a job.
Mm,
Um,
let me be familiar with the contents. Other people's expectation. Understand, open question. Okay, you mean I can choose any topic at the events?
yep. So they might ask you like, "How did you find out about this event?"
What? Pardon?
So they might ask you, "How did you find out that this event was happening?" And you could be like, "Oh, I found it on the newspaper. I saw an ad on TV."
Oh, I can talk uh, a TV with the people.
They're asking you, "How did you know this event was happening?"
The event happening. What event?
The job fair. Do you know what a job fair is?
The job. The job is find a find a job.
Yeah, at this fair. So this is an event.
Oh.
This is typically this is typically an event that your university puts together so you could find a job. So when you
Mm.
talk to people, they might ask you, "What do you think of the job fair?" And you
Mm.
would be like, "Wow, there's a lot of employers here. Wow, there's a lot of companies."
Mm.
You talk about any
I in
you talk about any of your
mm,
opinions on it.
my opinion.
Yeah,
My opinion about what?
about the event.
Um, to introduce my job.
No, at this point you do not have a job. I'm saying so like we're making believe, right?
Uh, you mean I will look for a job?
Yes, in
Or
this event.
uh, I will look for a job in a company, and I will present myself to the boss.
Yes, that's exactly it.
Uh, and I will tell him um, my interests and my um, capabilities
Yes.
and my some demands, right?
Yes.
Uh,
So they might ask you, "What do you think of this job fair?" What would you say?
uh, uh, I will say um, the job is very interesting and valuable for me.
Yeah. Um and they might ask like, "How did you find out about this event?"
What? Can you say it again?
So how did you know this
Mm,
event was occurring?
was current.
Yeah, like what made you come? Did you see an advertisement in the newspaper for this event? Did you see something on the TV that said this event was going to happen?
Can you say it again?
Forget it. Let's go on to the so at this event when you're talking to your to this boss, right? They might ask you things about going on in life, right?
Mm,
So the boss that you want to get a job from, he says, "What's your take on this event?" So this event might be like anything going on in during time. So what is your opinion on maybe like the Chinese immigration policies? Or they might ask
mm,
you, what's some advice on some of the local food in town?
maybe they will. The government will uh, attract many excellent people.
Yeah.
They're open.
Yeah.
And this is the immigration policy.
Right. Okay, let's go on to the discussion on the eighth page. Um, so have you been to a networking event? No, you haven't, right? Would you like to someday go to one?
Would I like what?
Would you like to go to a job fair one day and look for a job?
Yes.
Yeah, they're cool. I suggest you go. Usually they're set up by the universities in town. Um, Discuss a general topic with your teacher. So sometimes at the job fair they might ask you about the weather. How's the weather in near you?
Mm, weather is neither hot nor cold.
Yeah, so this is
And
called. Have you ever heard of
mm,
Have you ever heard of the term small talk?
what talk?
It's called small talk. Small talk is
Small.
like
Mm,
if small talk is
uh,
like it's like
mm,
you don't know what to say to the other person, so you talk about the
mm,
weather and the time.
uh, uh. Oh, yes, yes. I've heard the small talk. They are related to the weather or some important things.
Yeah, usually. Like they'll be like, "How's the weather over there?" and or like, "How's life going on in America?" Um,
House? Mm.
okay, let's go on to 3. Discuss some occupations with your teacher. So, if you weren't a teacher, what would you be?
If uh, mm, I will, I will be familiar with the textbooks and learn more, learn more about the teaching methods and advanced methods to
So, so,
to improve the quality.
so
Mm,
Jane, if you were not a,
mm.
if you were not a teacher, would you be a doctor? Would you be a dentist instead? Would you be
No, no,
what would you be? A
no,
journalist?
no. Uh, journalist. I'm not interested in that job.
Oh, okay. What other jobs are you interested in?
Mm, maybe singer.
What'd you say?
Singer.
Yeah, that's a cool job. Okay, what about the last one? Is body language important? So when you're talking to this like future boss of your employee, where should your hands and feet be?
When I when I met the boss,
Yeah, so when you meet your boss,
uh, uh,
where should your hands and feet be? And where should your eyes be?
can you can you say it again? When I
So
meet mm,
when you
meet my
meet
boss,
yeah,
uh,
so when you meet your
uh,
boss, how should your body language be? Body language is
I will. Maybe I will. I will bow. I will bow.
yeah, that's good.
Or shake hands.
Yeah, good.
Or say or just say hello and with smile.
Right, that's polite. Okay, that's our last question of the lesson. I'm gonna send you the survey. Um, and I hope you enjoyed it. And hopefully I'll see you soon. All right. All right. I'm gonna sign off. Bye.
Uh, Bye. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye bye.